Hello guys, welcome to What I Ate in a Week video. In this video I have shared with you 5 of my meals that I have tried for both lunch and dinner during my last week. Since I have done the meal preparation for each of these meals at the beginning of the week, each of the meal took me 30 minutes or less to make on that specific day during the week. Also, each of the meal has at least one veggie and some form of protein source in it, hence making it not just easy to make but also on the healthier side. On Monday, I tried this warm and cozy lentil carrot soup. For this, all I needed was some onions, garlic cloves, diced carrots and pre-cooked lentils. In a pan, I heated the oil. Added in the roughly chopped onions. Sauteed it for a minute. Added in the roughly chopped garlic cloves and sauteed it for less than a minute. Followed by it, I added the diced carrots. Seasoned it with salt and black pepper. And added in the pre-cooked lentils together with the water in which it was cooked. And also to make it more flavorful, I added 2 veg stock cubes, mixed everything well together, added in little more water to make it to the soupy consistency, covered it with a lid and cooked for exactly 15 minutes for the carrots and the lentils to be cooked together. And 15 minutes after, the warm soup is ready to be served. And this nutrition-packed, protein-rich lentil carrot soup can be served as such, or it can be had together with garlic bread or even brown rice depending on your dietary choice. However, this warm soup makes it a perfect combination for this cozy winter weather. On Tuesday, I tried aromatic squash mushroom rice. When it comes to rice, the longer it soaks, the quicker it cooks. So first I started by soaking in about 3 cups of rice with enough water. While the rice was soaking, I took out the butternut squash that I have already peeled and chopped, and the cocktail of mushrooms from the freezer, some garlic cloves and couple of onions. In a pan with oil, I sauteed the onions and garlic first. Followed by it, I added the squash and some red chili flakes. And the cocktail of mushrooms. I cooked the squash and the mushroom for 15 minutes. After which I added the soaked in rice after rinsing it well in the running tap water. For 3 cups of rice, as it was already soaked well enough, I added 4 cups of water, and then I realized that I haven't added the salt, so I went ahead and I added the required amount of salt, mixed everything well together and cooked exactly for 10 minutes with lids closed. And adding in veg stock cubes is optional. If you'd like to have more flavor to it, you can go ahead and add the veg stock cubes like I did. 10 minutes exactly after, the rice was completely ready and it was super aromatic because of the squash and the mushroom blending together. And this rice garnished with cilantro or coriander goes great with hard-boiled eggs. On Wednesday, I had these protein-rich patties together with rice and green salad. For this recipe, I used a can of chickpeas, kidney beans, corn and fresh spring onions together with pre-cooked sweet potatoes. I started by smushing in the kidney beans and the chickpeas together. Added in the pureed sweet potatoes that was pre-cooked as a part of my meal prep in the beginning of the week. Added the corns, some spring onions, salt and freshly chopped coriander. Mixed it all well together and the patty mixture was ready. Once the mixture was ready, I dusted the cutting board with some flour and scooped out the patty mixture with my ice cream scooper and placed it on the cutting board. I used the back of the ice cream scooper to flat out and make the patty. Once the frying pan was heated enough, I drizzled the oil and I placed the patties and I cooked 8 minutes on each side approximately on a medium-high heat. However, it was important that I continuously flipped over to avoid them from sticking to the pan. When the patties were ready, I had it together with some white rice and the green salad drizzled with mayonnaise honey sauce. However, these patties could be had as such together with some green salad if you want to avoid carb in your meal. And for the next day, which is the Thursday, I had this coconut based potato peas curry. And for this, I have used pre-cooked potatoes, pre-cooked peas, some onions, ginger and garlic. Firstly, in a mixer, I added the ginger and garlic, some coconut flakes and fennel seeds and grinded it to a fine paste, and I kept that aside. And I started heating the oil in the pan, sauteed the onions and added in the pre-cooked potatoes, but I smashed it using my hand so that they are of fine chunks. Later, I added some turmeric powder, coriander powder, chili powder, salt, peas and water. Because the peas and the potatoes were already cooked, I added little of water for the spices to blend together with these veggies. And 15 minutes after, during which I was making my puris, the curry was ready and it was all thickened. Then I went ahead and I added the coconut paste that I have grinded in the beginning of the recipe. I let it boil for once and I turned off the heat and it was ready for serving with fine garnishing with the finely chopped coriander. This coconut-based potato peas curry could be had with either puri or chapati or naan bread or even with white rice. For the final Friday, I had this dal rice with capsicum paneer stir fry. All I have used is 2 cups of rice with 1 cup of dal, some onions, garlic. First, I soaked the rice together with the dal and I kept it aside. Then in a pan of oil, I splattered the mustard, added in the roughly chopped onions and garlic, some cumin seeds and sauteed it all well together. I had a tomato in my hand, so I just went ahead and I added it, but it's totally optional. When everything was sauteed well, I rinsed the rice and I added the rice together with the dal, added in some salt, turmeric powder, chili powder, some dried curry leaves and some coconut flakes and the required amount of water. For a cup of rice, I added 2 cups of water here. Mixed everything well together and let it cook for exactly 10 minutes. 10 minutes after, the dal rice was beautifully ready and it smelled great. Now moving on to the stir fry, which had capsicum and paneer in it, and for it I used 2 onions, some capsicums and homemade paneer. So in a pan of oil, I directly added some onions, and for the spiciness I added some chilies and I fried the paneer together with it. When the paneer was half fried, I added in the capsicum because I didn't want the capsicum to lose its crunchiness, so I added it in the end. Seasoned it with some salt and I let it cook for about 5 minutes. Once the time was done, I added in the roasted sesame seeds and the stir fry was ready. I had the dal rice together with this stir fry, which was crunchy and tasty. So that is it, friends. This was my entire meal for lunch/dinner from the last week. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video and found it inspirational. If so, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, do consider subscribing to the channel by clicking the subscribe button below the video and the bell icon next to it. Also, don't forget to check out the meal preparation video that shows how to meal prep for all these 5 dishes in just 2 hours in the beginning of the week, so you can have a hassle-free week during the weekdays. And wishing you all a very great and happy 2019. I'll see you all in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.